Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Joe Biden is calling Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg an American hero. He says he should be the one to pick a new justice if he wins in November.
If I win this election, President Trump's nominee should be withdrawn.
The longtime justice died Friday at the age of 87 from pancreatic cancer. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has promised the Senate will vote on the nominee submitted by President Trump. When President Obama submitted a nominee during an election year, McConnell refused to act because it was an election year. Water rescue teams along the Gulf Coast are on standby as Tropical Storm Beta threatens to bring heavy rains to Texas. The storm is about 120 miles south of Galveston and is expected to make landfall later today or early Tuesday between Galveston and Corpus Christi. Beta is packing maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour and could produce a damaging storm surge. The U.S. death toll from COVID-19 is now past the 200,000 mark. The United States has the highest number of deaths from the virus than any other country, followed by Brazil and India, according to Johns Hopkins University of Medicine. There have been more than 6 million cases reported in the U.S. since the start of the pandemic, with a 3% mortality rate. The Secretary of Health and Human Services says the American people are to thank for the progress made against coronavirus over the past 3 months. Mark Mayfield has more.
On NBC's Meet the Press, Alex Azar praised Americans for doing various things to slow the spread, like wearing a mask and practicing social distancing. He said the actions of the American people are acting as a bridge to bigger and better things to come in the fight against the virus. That includes the race to develop a vaccine.
Stock futures are down as Wall Street looks to break a 3-week losing streak. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning. It is time for Coffee Ann once again on a new week. It is Monday morning. It is September 21st. It is the last day of summer, Charlie.
Oh, my God. I can't
Of 2020. Summer
why
has come.
Why am I still wearing shorts?
I don't know why you're still wearing shorts. But summer has come and gone for 2020.
I refuse to give it up. I am not going to give up summer.
Like most people, Dave is not one of them, but I saw a lot of people posting online, I will not turn on the heat.
Really?
It is the summertime. I don't care what the temperature is outside. It's 39.
Last day of
but
summer, though, Joe? Isn't
yes,
this supposedly the last day of summer?
Last day. Fall, autumn starts tomorrow.
Okay.
So
okay.
Now you can put jeans on tomorrow.
I am not going to put them on.
The rule in the, I try to have this rule in the house. You don't turn the heat on in the house till at least October.
Well,
you try to go as far into October as you can take it.
Okay.
But this turning on the heat while it's still summertime, it's just there's something wrong about that.
I don't
Space heaters are different.
I don't get anywhere near the thermostat.
You're not allowed to touch it?
Well, I'm allowed to touch it, but I don't.
He knows better.
I have different body temperatures. She's cold, I'm always warm. So,
Really?
So anyway,
Okay.
talk about warm bodies. Guess who walked in?
Hey, Romeo
Woonsocket's
Berthium has
premier
made it in.
historian. My God, look at him.
Good morning.
Good morning to you there, Romeo.
If you notice different
A little bit more traffic this morning.
Well, they're doing some construction
heavy construction
outside.
everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, our first segment sponsor, Coffee Ann, is Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Minden Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods.
All right, it's Coffee In here on ON Radio, and this is Joe Callahan here with Charlie Baldelli and Romeo Bertham are both here. Oh, great. Well, as we usually do on a Monday, especially in the fall, Patriots game last night. If you didn't stay up for the whole thing, it ended around 11:30.
I would say about that.
The Patriots lost 35-30. What an exciting game!
But it was a good game.
It was so much fun to watch.
Yep.
Russell Wilson is just a tremendous quarterback. He's got great receivers. Cam Newton looked terrific.
He did.
Ran for a couple of touchdowns, threw for another. Julian Edelman, I thought, had a great game. Under adverse situation, I told Charlie this morning about James White.
Yeah.
Didn't play last night because his parents were in a car accident.
His father died.
His father passed away.
Mother is in critical condition down in Florida.
But he stayed with the team.
Yeah, he didn't play, but he
didn't play. Stayed there in Seattle, flying home with the team, and then he'll have to fly to Miami as soon as he can. So it's just
terrible thing.
Just awful.
Yeah.
But this is what's now the final play. This is how you know it's a good game. When there's 2 seconds left on the clock and the next play can decide who wins or loses, that's a great game.
Oh, I guess.
And, the Patriots called for the play for Newton to run it in. I guess Seattle, guessed Newton's going to run it. But which way is he going to run it? And they guessed right. Mm-hmm. I mean, Newton ran to the left. They guessed correctly, and they stopped him. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Okay.
A little bit of luck, right?
Well, yeah, because you've got to guess which way we think he's going to run. Yeah, we think we're going to follow these blockers, and so we're going to try and stop him running this way.
And Seattle
go ahead. Here is the problem. And no one is talking about it, and I need you people to start talking about it more. If you remember last Monday, what did I complain about in the Patriots' victory?
You complained specifically?
I don't even know what I had for dinner last night.
All right.
Give us a hint, Joe.
This is what I complained about last week, and it's the place kicker.
Yes.
Now, he can kick the point after attempts, and he did. He hit all three. All right, good for you.
He missed a couple last week.
That's right. But in the second quarter,
he missed a field goal.
He missed a field goal from 51 yards. If he hits the field goal and everything else stays the same, we're losing 33-35. 35-33.
Right.
We could have just kicked a field goal
and
won
by a point.
Instead of trying to run it in, we could have kicked it an easy chip shot.
And
we would have won 36-35.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that didn't happen. And I say, and now I say that. Did you watch the Kansas City game?
I saw that 58-year-old.
No,
58-year.
Yeah, but did you see it, Romeo?
No, I did not.
Okay, Kansas City versus the Chargers.
Right,
in overtime. Yeah. The Chargers are going to go for a 53-yard field goal. And their kicker gets up, kicks it, goes through the uprights, but a flag is thrown. So now it's a false start on Kansas City. They have to back up 5 yards. So he hits the one from 53. All right. He lines up. He's starting to run to kick it. The whistle blows. He kicks it anyway. Goes through the uprights from 58 yards. The L.A. called a timeout. So that kick is no good. Had to wait a few more seconds. Do it again from 58 yards. This time he kicked it, went through the uprights. He kicked three in a row. From 53, 58, and 58. We got to get them all.
We got to get that boy.
Well, he's not leaving Kansas City. They're not giving this guy help.
I know.
And we got our guy. 51 yards is a long way to kick it.
It is.
But you're an NFL kicker. He had enough length to make it. He just didn't get it through the uprights. And if he gets it through the uprights and everything else stays the same, we probably would have won the game last night. But no one's talking about that. And it's driving me crazy that the kicking game is awful.
Well, they've been trying different kickers.
No, they've been using the same kicker.
The same kicker that missed a couple last week.
Yes, it was Folk. Folk from last week and Folk again this week.
I have a feeling that might change.
I thought it was going to change when he missed all the ones last week. They put him back on the practice squad. There is another kicker on the practice squad. And then they pulled Folk off the practice squad again and put him on. I'm like, well, how bad's the other guy that we're not even trying him? And is there anybody else out there that
Yeah.
thinks they can kick a football 50 yards straight?
How's Gostowski doing?
He's doing great. He's down in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we can't bring him back.
Who are the Patriots playing next?
That's a great question. I know they're
Okay.
playing Kansas City in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they showed it last night, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
And they play in Kansas City. I think they're home next week.
Well, the team they
Maybe the
played,
Chargers.
Seattle, much better team than the team they played last week.
That was Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, Brady won his first game.
Yes, he did. They look good.
So it was kind of a reverse score anyway.
Yeah, I thought he looked decent. I didn't think he looked great.
Really? I didn't watch that game.
I watched that.
Either.
Patriots play the Raiders next week
Raiders, okay.
at home.
That'll be good. And when's that game? Sunday?
1 o'clock on Sunday.
Sunday, good.
Yep.
Is that the Las Vegas Raiders?
Yes,
now?
it is. It is.
Oh, Charlie, I'm impressed.
That he knows that.
The Raiders used to be where, Joe?
They were Oakland. They were Los Angeles.
That's it. Now they're
Then
in
they went-
Vegas.
Then they
Now
went
they're in
back.
Vegas.
Then they went back to Oakland,
Yeah.
and now they're in Vegas.
Yeah. yeah.
Wow. Okay. I remembered Vegas picking up I didn't realize it was the Raiders.
Yep.
Very good. By
So,
the way. They are very good.
So besides the kicking, the game last night for the Patriots was excellent.
Yeah.
So much fun to
Yeah.
watch. Terribly exciting.
Well,
And, and Newton, I thought, played great.
And I was going to say, even though they lost, it was a very good game. They played very, very well.
Yep.
It was just one of those things. Yeah. So,
Came out-
so there's hope for the.
oh, sure.
I mean, it's early. It's only
They're not in first place right now.
Wow.
Buffalo's 2-0,
It's 1-1.
and we're 1-1. So, there's a lot of hope.
Good. And
In 2 weeks, till they play Kansas City in Kansas City. That could be tough.
now the opposite of that, even though they won with the Yankees finally 10-1,
Hey,
the Red
how
Sox,
about that?
but that's not going to.
Did you see what happened at the game yesterday?
I didn't watch that game either.
In the 8th inning,
Yeah.
there's a fan has got into Fenway Park.
Oh, I saw that
He's
in
out.
the news.
He's out in center field throwing
Yeah.
hats and frisbees on the
Right,
field.
right,
And they said, "You know how he got into the game? He climbed the Green Monster from the outside." I go, "That's 37 feet high."
Did they arrest
Hand
him?
over. Yes.
Good.
They eventually get out there. They brought him to a hospital to make sure he's physically okay.
A
And
mental
then-
hospital.
No, then they brought him to a mental hospital
Yeah.
to find out what is
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
And from what I read, Michael Chavis is playing left field. The guy is yelling at him, telling him he's no Michael Jordan because he wears number 23.
Oh.
And Chavis is like, "What?
What do you, yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And why is
Yeah.
he here?"
Yeah.
And but yeah, he scaled the outside of the Green Monster from outside Fenway Park and got in.
One of the effects of
And didn't-
COVID-19
and didn't hurt
makes you
himself.
climb the green. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
but not just to sit there. I'm not just going to sit there and be quiet and watch the game.
No, I'm going to yell.
I'm going to yell at the team.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely wanted to get arrested.
I forget who the pitcher was. He went to his windup, and then there's whoa, timeout, and he's like pointing out there. Who's that? And so they had to hold up the game, because security's not
Yep.
that very close. So
Young,
they
young
had to
guy,
run out
Joe?
there.
Was he a young guy? He
know,
must
I
have had to
don't
be to climb 37 feet.
He didn't
I was-
resist him at all. They went
No.
up there and they just grabbed
Okay,
him. and
okay, let's
said,
go.
Okay, let's go.
That's what he wanted.
He had to be in his
he knew
30s.
he knew he was going to get caught. I mean,
Well, he had nowhere else. He wasn't running away, so
No.
he got his 15 or 10 minutes of notoriety.
Well, that's
and-
why he did it.
But I don't have a name. I don't have an age. I don't know where he's from. Not that I really care. But
Yeah.
that's just one of those duties. I guess we're gonna have to stick security on. Is that Lansdowne Street? That's on the outside of Fenway, outside of the Green Monster, and then
I believe it
someone's
is.
gonna have to go out
I
there.
think Minnesota won yesterday, right? I was watching some of that game. I was watching some of that, and I think
really?
they were ahead at the time, so I don't know what the score ended up being. But I suspect they won. And the Celtics won on Saturday night.
How about that?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a mixed bag of...
What I heard that pleased me in
Yeah,
sports
yeah,
news was that
yeah.
Rocco Baldelli has now achieved a playoff spot, second year in a row.
Wonderful. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Uncle.
congratulations to him.
Yeah.
He may win Manager of the Year again.
Can they do that twice in a row?
It depends on the voting goes. Sure,
Yeah.
it doesn't normally happen,
Yeah.
but it can.
Okay.
I don't think.
I would think-
Ron Renicke's not going to get it. So
Yeah.
I would think
Yeah,
that
no,
Kevin
you're right.
Cash should be.
Who?
Kevin Cash.
What team?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing very well.
Yeah, they're in first
That's a good.
place.
Yeah, that's a good
Now, who
choice.
votes? Sports writers or
Not the fans. So I would say
sports writers? Similar to the All-Star ballot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. So.
Yeah.
But back to the guy that climbed the wall last night. I just remember before McCoy Stadium was renovated in 1999, kids used to climb the back of the scoreboard in left field and sit on it and watch the game from there. And if they were smart and wore dark clothing, they were tough to see. But as the summertime comes, they're wearing whiter shirts.
How would you know, Joe?
I used to work there.
Oh, okay.
I used to sit there.
Okay.
And well, no, it's funny because they used to block what I did at McCoy. They would block the signage, and so I would yell over to the guy that was running the press box, "Bill, this kid's on the scoreboard again," and then he would radio down to security who had to go out there, and and they stayed on the ground. Security stayed on the ground, just yelled up at the kids, to come down.
Yeah. And the kids listened?
They did.
And they listened?
I couldn't believe it. They came down.
They didn't say, come on up here and get me?
No, I'm surprised they didn't.
Come up and get me.
It was a different time. Yeah.
I don't know if they brought police out there with them and say, if you don't come down, these guys are going to come up and get you. Yeah. But if they made enough, not really noise, but if they really got in the way, because some of them wouldn't sit, they'd stand up, the umpire would stop the game, and he would just point and say the game is not going on until those kids, because it's actually pretty dangerous. Someone could hit a home run and hit them, and so they said the game's not going on until these kids are removed.
On Saturday morning, I think I reported that 10% of the Red Sox staff has been
laid off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they announced it. They announced it last week. It's 40 jobs.
40 out of 400
front office jobs. They're just the pandemic has just killed them.
Will they get them back next year? You hope? Yeah, maybe.
From what I read, they said they were furloughed or laid off or whatever word you want to use. But then Sam Kennedy, he's the CEO, said we've eliminated those positions.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so they may not be coming back.
There's a difference when you say you're laid off or you're eliminated.
Eliminated, yeah.
It's
go see if the Patriots are hiring kind of thing. So.
Or the Woo Sox.
Or the Woo Sox, all right. All right, more Coffee Ann's going to come your way. We're going to move on to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, so Romeo, get ready.
I am.
All right. And this segment of the Coffee Ann program has been sponsored by Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Menden Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods. Have you heard the news? If you have both Medicaid and Medicare, United Health Dual Complete can help you. And it's no wonder, considering all the extra benefits you could get. Dual Complete includes $3,000 in dental care with $0 copay. You could also get $800 to buy health products, hearing coverage, and credits for hearing devices, vision coverage, and credits for eyewear, no-cost gym membership, and Fitbit, and much, much more. See why Rhode Islanders with Medicaid and Medicare choose United Healthcare Dual Complete. To find a plan for you, visit our website at uhccommunityplan.com and search by your zip code or call 1-844-560-4944. Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract and a contract with state Medicaid program. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare. Benefits, features, and or devices vary with plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Guiding and assisting a family as they honor and celebrate the life of someone they love is our mission at Menard Locouture Funeral Homes. From personalized memorial cards, video tributes, to individual requests, such as the presence of sporting gear or even a motorcycle in front of the funeral home, we are able to walk with you as you make decisions at a difficult time. As you plan a loving remembrance for one close to you, Menard Lockature Funeral Home will be there for you.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio, ON Worldwide.
Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Joe Callahan, along with Charlie Baldelli and Romeo Berthium. All right, Charlie, you ready to put Romeo on the hot seat?
Why not?
Because he's our resident historian and constitutional scholar.
And I've been and obviously I'm being targeted because I was 2 minutes late, so they're gonna make me pay for that.
No. You're being set up.
No, he's not being set up. Well, as we all know, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice, passed away on Friday.
Big loss.
Second woman appointed to the Supreme Court.
She definitely was.
All right. So, and boy, they had people gathered at the Supreme Court in Washington.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I don't think that's ever happened before.
I'm not sure about
Did it happen when Scalia died?
No,
I don't remember people rushing down to the
Scalia. I'm not sure. I don't remember that part.
And they said, and I saw it on the news, all are fans. I said, who's a fan of a Supreme Court justice?
All are feminists. All are feminists in this.
She was a feminist, absolutely. Yeah.
Advocated for feminine rights.
Yeah.
That was her gig.
Did you see the movie about her? No. There was a movie made about 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
I think it was on HBO. I'm not sure, and I forget the title, but it was a good. From when she was young until she.
Well, she had a tough growing up.
Yeah, she was. Well, she was a woman. She was Jewish.
She had tough finding a job.
I think that she went to Harvard, right?
Probably.
She had a hard time getting in because of her sex.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So she fought for the rights of women, and she will be dearly missed. Now, here's the thing. And that's my opinion, and a lot of people, I think most people feel that way. Even President Trump issued a kind of a nice statement about her. I got to give it to him there. He was, what's he got to lose, really? I mean, he wants the women's vote, and he'll get it for sure for that reason. No, he won't get it for that reason. He'll get some, but
as our resident constitutional scholar, does it not? What does it say in the Constitution, or does it not say that the president will appoint a Supreme Court justice with Congress giving their approval?
Yeah, they have to.
Okay.
One thing the Constitution doesn't state is the number of justices. At one time there were only 6.
Right.
FDR wanted to make it 15, but they kept it at 9, which is a nice odd number. That doesn't answer your question. Basically, the president appoints, and I believe the Senate has to approve it by a 2/3 majority.
All right.
Or maybe a simple majority. They call it 2/3 majority now, the super majority. But the point is, here's what I was going to say about this, even if you wouldn't have asked. In, let's see, in 2016, the last election year, when former President Obama wanted to appoint his man to the Supreme Court, the Republicans in the Senate said, President should not appoint anyone in his last year of office.
See, that's wrong.
Right. Well, of course it is. President can do it until January 20th.
That's right.
And but now the Democrats are saying the same thing. That goes to show you how political all this is. Yeah. Trump is not going to waste any time. He's going to appoint someone, not going to be a liberal, but he said it was going to be a woman.
I heard that.
Does he have a right? Of course he does. Joe is right.
That's what I was going to ask
but
you.
Doesn't mean that they need if they need a super majority, which is at least 60 votes, then they're going to have a hard time because the Democrats are probably going to stick to their guns and they're not going to approve until after the election. After the inauguration, even.
I caught part of the Trump rally.
I wish I knew for sure whether or not they require just a simple majority, because if they did, they got it. They have more than 51 Republican senators.
I think
but if it's a super majority, then they're not going to be able to do it.
Kavanaugh just squeaked by.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Very close vote.
So I wish I would have known about this. I would have checked that out before I came in this morning. But you guys put me on you did put me on the hot seat.
But I am right, and it says the president will appoint a Supreme Court justice. It does not say the president will not appoint a Supreme Court justice if it's an election year.
Absolutely.
And it also doesn't say the president will not appoint a Supreme Court justice if the opposing party doesn't like him.
Right. Well,
Because that's what all the left is saying right now.
Yeah.
He shouldn't do it because we don't like him.
I caught part of his rally in North Carolina, Saturday night
Yeah.
or Sunday night
Yeah.
or Friday night.
Yeah.
There were a
He
lot of
said
people
he
there.
will- well,
with or without
you know what?
masks.
I got a kick out of him.
Okay.
You got to like the guy. He says to the cameras,
No, you don't.
hey, scan the crowd. Scan the crowd.
Yeah.
Show how many people are here, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
He said there are thousands out there trying to get in. Come on, put the camera over there. And
Yeah,
they
they
wouldn't
won't
do
do
it.
Does he use the teleprompter when he does his rallies?
Sometimes he does.
I think he
Sometimes he
does.
doesn't.
Because if he
Sometimes-
doesn't, I'm impressed with with
Yeah, he's-
everything he has to say off the cuff, extemporaneous. He's
Yes,
good.
that's-
On the
he's
other
very
hand,
good
he's
at
got
it.
to have some sort of assistance there. Come on, how do you bring
Well,
up
he's
all
gonna-
these topics in 2 hours?
It might be on the podium. And
Yeah.
He just looks down. We did get a note written
Yeah.
in. I want to get to it because
Yeah.
it deals with
Yeah.
what you were just saying, Romeo.
Yeah.
By the way, coffee at OneSocketRadio.com. Harry Reid got rid of the supermajority.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Only majority is needed now.
So, well, then they could do
So
it.
there you go.
And they probably will. And it'll probably be someone who is more in line with your views, Charlie.
Yes.
A conservative
Conservative,
justice.
yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
Will be.
sometimes...
And he'll be a woman, too.
Sometimes...
He's already said
that would be
that,
hard
yeah.
to find. No, sometimes some of these so-called conservative justices turn out to be liberal on the court. And vice versa.
Yeah,
It's a
there's one-
surprise.
yeah.
And the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice is a good example of that. He's voted with the liberals several times on
Yeah.
some key,
Roberts?
especially the Obamacare thing.
The,
you remember that?
Kavanaugh said that when he was being appointed.
Yeah.
Will you just follow what Trump says? And he said no.
No. And once they're on there, they're there for
They can
life.
do,
They
that's
can
right.
do whatever
do
they want.
Yeah.
And they can reverse their, So hopefully, whoever is selected will be someone who is, I'm going to say moderate. That would be good if we got a moderate justice, someone who could, but yeah, the liberals did lose. They lost Scalia a couple of years ago. Right. He was, and so was Ruth Bader. And between the two of them, they lost a couple of very, very heavy hitters there.
Maine Senator Sue Collins, she's really brutal on it's got to be the next president. We're not going.
Oh, I know.
Well,
yeah.
I said, you're a Republican.
Well, the
I'm
next
in a
president,
tight race,
next
so
president
what?
could be Trump. I mean, next president, whoever's elected in November. I think if Trump wins the election, which I don't think he will, but if he does,
I think he will.
There won't be any problems.
You're looking at his rallies, right?
Yeah. But
how can you attract thousands? I think in Minnesota, he had 20,000 people at a rally. How many people do you think Joe Biden would attract at a rally?
You'd be surprised. He doesn't have rallies, so it's hard to say.
That's right. Why doesn't he have rallies?
I don't know. Maybe he
He
doesn't want to be
expose to everybody that he is, in fact, Sleepy Joe.
He doesn't want to mimic the incumbent president or the present occupant.
I would like to see. I would actually like to see Trump appoint a woman, and then I want to see what happens when the Senate. Will they go after her with the venom that they went after Kavanaugh? Will they attack whoever
not.
the woman is?
I don't think so.
See, no, why not? Because she's a woman.
Well, it's easy to accuse a man of anything. Oh, he broke
I like
he
that.
did this, but you can't say that about a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
they're not type.
They're gonna have to find something else to go after. They can't. You can't go after that.
No.
But they'll have to go against her voting record.
I don't think it'll be against whoever she is. It'll be more against the idea of we can't appoint a justice in an election year. That's not fair.
Yes, that's not fair.
No, that's what they're going to say. No, that's not my opinion.
Okay,
that's what they're going to say.
Well, that's a terrible argument.
They did that for what's his name, Obama's appointee, and now you mark my word, they're going to do it for Trump's appointee.
McConnell said we're not even going to consider.
And what it is with presidents too, as you know, they can appoint a justice like now in 2020, and that person could be like, let's say, 51, 52, relatively young guy or girl or woman. And they can live to be 90. For the next 40 years, the person that was appointed by the president back in 2020 is still on the bench.
Yep.
So here's a controversial statement that I'm going to make. I think they should have 10-year terms. I really do. I don't think they should be on for forever. Yeah, and I think the reason they do that is so they don't have to deal with politics anymore. But I don't think it's right to appoint someone for life. And that goes for any judge, even the local judges.
I actually kind of agree with that. But how about just, if you make it to 90, you have to retire.
No, you don't. Where does it say that in the Constitution,
Well,
Joe?
you're saying the same thing. You're saying 10-year terms.
Well, 10 years.
How about we
but
just
you'd
say,
have to amend the Constitution. Probably amend the Constitution. Although it doesn't say, again, I believe, and I'm going to do the research, and next week we'll have a complete discourse on this, but I do believe
It'll be a test
that
next week,
there's
Charlie.
nothing, I'll do the research, that in the Constitution, I don't think it says that they're limited, that they serve for life. I really don't. I think that's a custom. That's a tradition. I don't think it's
I thought it was in the Constitution.
I don't believe it is.
Wow.
And I also don't believe, as I said before,
look that up.
and I'm sure it doesn't say how many justices. They started with 6, but they have 9 now. But it does not say number either.
Okay,
and
look
it
that up,
doesn't
too.
even it doesn't even say that the Supreme Court will be the court that will do what they call judicial review, which means they look at laws, and they decide whether or not they violate the Constitution or not. That's not what they mean. They weren't written that way. That was the first decision in 1804, Marbury versus Madison. That was the first time that Chief Justice Marshall declared part of a law unconstitutional and set a precedent. And from that point on, the Supreme Court was now doing basically looking at laws and deciding and putting the Constitution on one side and the laws on the other. Does this violate the Constitution? If it does, we declare it unconstitutional. That's a lot of power, by the way.
So what were they initially set up to do? If it wasn't
to review laws. I don't
to make
think
sure
it
they were
says it's
fair.
Yeah, I think
back to
so. It
that
was the
word.
highest court because it's called Supreme Court. But again, I'm going to I'm going to research that. That's my point. That's my assignment for next week.
That's your
I'm going to
assignment.
give myself
Yeah,
an
your
assignment, but I'll come back with the details.
Find out how many. Does the Constitution say how many judges need to be on the bench,
That's number
Are
one.
you saying
and
that,
what their term limits are,
What there are no.
if there's one?
Yeah.
you know what? They don't want to give up their turf. It's like people saying you should be eliminated after 10 years in the House, 10 years
Yeah.
in the Senate. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. You think people are going to, your politicians are going to give up their turf? They're not
No,
going to give up.
no,
It'll never
but,
happen.
But see, they did it
Term
for
limited. You're
okay,
not going to.
so let me ask you, and we're getting off the subject a little bit, but it's
Okay.
related. Why is the president? Why are his terms limited to 2?
Because FDR had 3,
That's absolutely. He had 4.
4. You're right. You're right.
That's
He died
right.
at the beginning of his
Yeah.
4th term.
Right.
So we don't have a king.
So they were afraid of a dictatorship.
Right.
Right.
Okay? But again, that was an amendment that was proposed by the Republicans because they didn't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
I think that, to me, that is, well, it's not unconstitutional because they put it in the Constitution, number 22, the 22nd Amendment. But they should repeal that. I think it's an insult to you, to me, and to Joe because that they're basically saying you should not have the power to appoint if a president's doing a good job, elect him for 3 or 4 terms. Who cares? That's what they used to do. And basically, Roosevelt's the only one that broke the precedent. There was nothing in the Constitution that says he couldn't do what he did, and he did it. But the thing is, Washington set the precedent by going for 2 terms. But he could have gone for 3 or 4. He would have died in office, of course. But the point is, I think, to me, that's an insult to me. It's basically telling me I don't have the qualifications to decide whether a person deserves a 3rd term. That's my argument
At
for the
least in Rhode
day.
Island, you're term limited in Rhode Island.
For governor.
Yeah. And for state office.
State legislature as well?
Not the state legislature, state office.
Okay, just like the Attorney General,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor. Well, that's good in a way, but I think if they're going to do it for president or governor, and the states, let's say some states don't have that term limit, they should do it for every office holder. Not just let's not be picky here. And yet again, on the other hand, I think the people have a right to make that decision, and let's eliminate term limits and let's let people decide whether or not they want these people to. I know if you're an incumbent, you have a big advantage. There's no doubt about it. Of course you do.
All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee and program right now. It's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by CVS. And today it's going to be a sunny day, but high only near 62. Tonight, clear skies. It's going to be cold again tonight, low around 37. Might have to turn the heat on.
Oh, I did that this morning.
No
you
heat,
know,
no
first
heat.
time, yeah.
Tuesday, sunny, high near 67. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 51. Wednesday gets much warmer, sunny, high near 77. You have to turn the heat off. And Thursday, sunny, high near 78. So it is going to get warmer as the week goes on.
Every fall when I turn the heat on for the first time, I pray. I pray that it works. Because that's when you find out
right.
there's a problem. You never know if your furnace is going to break down in July because you don't use it in July.
Tomorrow they close my pool. That's the end of summer. The pool is closed tomorrow.
Today's the last day of summer.
Yes.
Fall arrives tomorrow morning around 9:30.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, 46 degrees, and Charlie's wearing shorts. Wow.
Yeah, I got to get.
All right.
I thought about that this morning when I dressed. I said, I wonder if Charlie's going to be wearing a short.
Yep.
Sure enough.
CVS pharmacists have a tool designed to look for ways that may help lower your prescription costs. Visit CVS today. Savings vary. See store for details.
I'm here with Kara Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency. Kara, what can you tell me about the insurance industry?
The industry changes so frequently due to many different factors, things like increased weather-related storms, the invention of smartphones and social media, which increase the amount of distracted drivers, even the cost of cars. Today, people are buying $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 cars with every kind of option you can think of. All these things impact the insurance industry, and it's important to keep current.
You're in good hands with Allstate and Kara and Celeste Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency, 125 Eddie Dowling Highway, across from Dowling Village in North Smithfield, 765-5000.
Our business is truly a referral business, and we have built it based on our premier service level and commitment to what we do. If you are looking for personalized service with people who care, that would be us.
When you install a garage door, don't forget the safety factor. Woonsocket Door Sales suggests you visit their website at woonsocketdoorsales.com and read about all the new technology available to make your garage and your home safe. In addition to your vehicles, your garage may store valuable tools and equipment. It may also have access to your home. Their website also features a variety of designs and comments about satisfied customers. Woonsocket Door Sales in Cumberland, 767-3448. They install, repair, and service all types of garage doors for commercial and residential.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
I'm Mortimer. Bill. Is that you under that blindfold? Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am. No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold? On a clear day, I can see the blindfold. You can? Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by The Call newspaper.
The Call, Woonsocket's daily hometown newspaper since 1892, is still essentially a paper for the people. Our photographs record happenings that make news, and some will have historical significance in years to come, while others are intended to entertain or inform you of current events. They illustrate life's drama, which runs the gamut of humor to tragedy and everywhere in between. We're more than a reporter of daily news. Many readers continue to look to our paper for entertainment and relaxation offered by cartoons, comics, and other lighter features offered daily. In addition, we provide you with dates, times, and places of social event happenings throughout the community. Local sports covered daily by award-winning sports staff writers. If you're not subscribing to your local daily newspaper, you should. Call us today at 767-8522. Home delivery is just a phone call away at 767-8522. We take great pride in our publication and our sincere wish to serve you, our readers, at The Call.
All right, it is Coffee In here on ON, AM, and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Romeo Berthuman and Charlie Baldelli. Now, you talk about the Supreme Court, they're appointed for life, and so Ruth Bader Ginsburg was what? 87.
Charlie's 87.
Charlie's 87.
My
Okay.
age, yeah.
Why don't they take a page out of Charlie's book and
retire?
Okay, when you hit 80, you gotta just stop.
Well, it's
just
almost like
go hang out at Charlie's pool and
That's it. Hang around with
you know
me.
what though?
Yeah.
Some people
Take it easy.
87 going on 62, and then other people are 87 going on 102.
Thank
so
you.
it all
Is that
depends.
a compliment, Romeo?
Absolutely, you it is, Charlie. But it's like taking a driver's license away. Hey, you just reached 80, you can't drive anymore. They don't do that, but you know what I mean. They retest
Go to Florida. Yes, you know, Romeo.
Yeah, as I know. No,
well, that's why I always admired the Pope that stepped down.
Oh, Benedict, yeah.
He knew he was sick.
Yeah. Well, he was sick, all right. 2013, 7 years. He's been feeling pretty good. You wonder if that was the real reason he retired.
Well, maybe it was something else. But
general politics, even there.
I'm not saying he should have died, but it's a surprise that he's still alive after a man who retires because of health reasons.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pass away within a year.
Yeah, within a year or so. Not that he should have, but he didn't. And the point is, You just said it. There's politics there as well. There's lots of politics. I think he was under a lot of pressure, and I don't think the guy could handle the job. Let's face it, it was a tough act to follow. Followed J.P. II, a legend, who became a saint within a couple of years, which is unusual for the church. They usually have to wait 100 years before they canonize somebody. I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you what, 7 years already, 7.5 years, this Pope, the new Pope has been,
Well, that just brings me back to if you're the Supreme Court Justice, okay, maybe it's not 80, but maybe it's 90. Okay, no one over 90, and Ruth was close, but no one over 90 is should be on the Supreme Court.
No, but I think in the past there have been some, and I'm going to,
and maybe
again,
it should stop.
That'll be part of my research.
Yeah, see if
I'll bring names.
I'll bring names.
I'll bring names. I'll name names.
I don't think there's an age. I don't think there's an age limit in the Constitution.
Well, no, and some of them, to their credit, realize I'm too old for this, and they have stepped down before.
When's the last one that stepped down before they passed away?
Boy, I
wish
I would have known about
Okay,
this.
look that up.
I am going to.
All right.
I'm going to come in with a book next week.
All right, moving on to another subject.
Imagine that you come here, we give you a job.
I thought I was retired.
You thought you were. You thought you were.
I don't mind. I'll be happy to do it.
All I think about is Senator Theodore Green. What was he in his
Francis,
90s? In office till he was like 99 or something.
Well, you know who else too?
What's the guy from North Carolina?
Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond was there till he was 90
over.
something.
Was he? Or 100? Did he retire at 100 years old? Or 99 or something like that?
He was 99, I think.
He was so old. How old was he?
Well,
that gets the question.
How old was he? Remember Johnny Carson? Okay. He ran for president against Truman as a third-party candidate, as a Dixiecrat in 1948. Wow. And I think he died probably in 1998, maybe 50 years later. And he was still in the Senate, but 50 years before he had run for president. 50 years. Think about that.
I guess longevity was in his family.
Strom Thurmond, yeah.
All right, we did a note that was just written in on a completely different subject. The Red Sox last week of this painful and dismal season.
Yeah.
Yes, Renicky was dealt a bad hand. However, I doubt he'll be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting thought. Now, can Alex Cora come back? Was he only suspended for one season, and this was it?
You would know.
Was he
suspended? I thought he was suspended for 1 year.
He's a historian. You're on.
No. Was he suspended or was he fired?
He was Major League Baseball suspended him.
Okay, but was he fired by the
Red Sox? Yes.
Okay.
Which is why he's not part of the organization.
In your experience,
but now they could always hire him back.
Sure. In your experience, has any manager ever been fired and rehired 2 or 3 years later?
Yes, Billy Martin.
Okay, there
happened all the time.
New York,
but he was never suspended by Major League Baseball. But he was hired and rehired a number of times.
How long was he suspended? How long was Cora suspended for?
I think it was only for a year.
For 1 year.
So this is it.
He was a good manager.
Yes,
and I don't think any of what he did for the other team,
And they could have said to Renicky, keep his seat warm, do the best you can, and but Cora's coming back, and you're going to move down again. You'll be back to bench coach.
Well, Cora was.
He might have said okay to that, but
Cora was a good manager. You got to give it to him. I thought so. He was manager of the year, wasn't he?
Yes.
He and
Rocco,
I believe. Yeah.
So will he be back?
First year managers who
I don't know.
The World Series.
Is it too soon? I don't know.
That's a good question, Joe. Something for you to research.
If Cora doesn't come back, then Renicky will have his job next year because there's no reason to get rid of him.
No,
thank God. Everybody has an assignment. You have one now. He has one. You're leaving the old man alone.
His is going to be a little harder because
don't pick on the old man.
We won't. His is going to be harder because he's only speculating.
That's
There's
right.
a difference between what really happened.
I have to fly to Puerto Rico. That's where Cora is. So I may be going a few weeks.
That sounds like a tough assignment.
It is.
I'm sure David will give you an expense account.
Any hurricanes in that area right now?
I hope not.
I hope you go first class.
Well,
David's going to pay. If he's going to pay
first class.
Only.
All right. On another subject. If you're going to walk on Route 95, you have to be expected to get hit.
Absolutely, it's against the law to do that.
Yeah, no pedestrian on the highway, but you just wonder maybe he wanted to get hit.
What happened?
Well, there was a guy in Pawtucket, 57-year-old man, walking on Route 95 near exit 27. That's right before the S curves or right after the S curves, depending on which way you're going. And he was hit in the high speed lane.
High speed lane.
Yeah.
What the heck was
that
he
was
doing?
deliberate. That was
yeah. Had to be.
Believed to be homeless, just sick of living. Struck and killed by a vehicle on 95 in Pawtucket Saturday night.
Tough way to go.
He was in the fast lane when he was hit. And they're saying speed was not a factor, so the guy in the fast lane was doing the speed limit.
Feel bad for the guy.
Doesn't matter.
There was an old joke years ago when 95 first happened. They said, if you want to get rid of the Italian population in Rhode Island, plant mushrooms on 95.
Whoa. Only you can get away
Oh,
with that,
my
Johnny.
gosh.
If I would have said that, they would have banned me from this show forever.
I'm only repeating it, which was a joke years ago.
But you can do it because you're Italian.
Yeah, no,
So,
FBI, full-blooded Italian.
There you
that's
go.
right, yeah.
Romeo, what
Yes,
is
sir.
going on at your alma mater?
Providence College.
120 cases of
I know.
COVID-19. Now,
Everything is off. I heard this morning that everything is now
yes, remote.
online. No more.
however,
in-person.
the question I have is,
Yeah.
okay, maybe they've tested positive for COVID-19, but are they sick? That's what they're not telling you.
Well, see, that's the thing.
We could all have it
Right.
and not know it.
You're
right.
Because
Exactly.
well, you've been tested.
And you,
both. See that difference?
yeah, but that was a while ago.
Charlie
This
and I
summer,
haven't
twice.
been. Charlie and I haven't been tested, right? We could have it and not know it.
But I could have it too because it's been a while since I was
Now,
tested 2 months ago in July.
The president of PC, the new Reverend
Father Sickard,
yeah,
Kenneth Sickard,
saying every student's got to be tested.
Well,
so that's how they're finding out these kids may not be sick.
Yeah, they're asymptomatic.
That's right.
the word they use. Asymptomatic. You like that word?
I like that.
That's a good word.
No, but actually, it's true. I mean, you could be a carrier, not know it. Give it to, let's say, you could give it to me, and then I could end up with symptoms and wondering where I got that. And unless we're all tested here, we don't know, and it's really hard. I mean, how do you determine? I think most people who get it are probably infected by people who are carrying it but don't know it.
I can't wait to get back to Florida just to see how bad it is down there. How
there's
good
no-
it is
it's
down
There's
there.
no COVID down there.
It's just right. It's just too bad that the way the disease is that if you have it, you should have symptoms, but you don't. Some people don't have symptoms, and that's the danger right there, I think.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Romeo.
Thank you.
All right, before we take a break, we had
As
another note that's been written in.
Okay.
The writer disagrees with all of us. Disagree. Cora was not a good manager. You need to be reminded of last year. Sox won 118 games with pure talent the season before, and they won the World Series.
True.
Cora made some stinkero moves last season.
Yeah. Okay. So let's even it out. He had a great season.
We'll even it out. Yeah.
So he's in the middle. So we'll give him one more year to see what he does the third time.
See if he can do something
I will
better with
tell
some of the
you,
talent.
He is not
coming
coming
up.
back.
I think you're
You don't
right.
think so?
I'd be surprised myself.
It's a PR challenge.
Yeah.
If you bring him back, because they're going to constantly, especially the press, is just going to constantly keep bringing it up.
That's right.
What about the cheating? What about the cheating? What about the cheating?
But that happened on the other team. I know it doesn't matter.
No,
it tells you. Did he cheat? Did the Red Sox?
Did he do any of that with the Red Sox?
I think he quit before that could be decided.
Yeah. Now, what team was that? Was that
Houston,
Texas, right?
They made an investigation, and they said only Cora was involved somehow with the Red Sox, and nobody else. And nobody else got punished. So
yeah.
I don't know. He was trying to do what he was doing in Houston and Boston.
I know.
That's why Major League Baseball suspended him.
I noticed one thing. Houston's not doing well at all
No, they're not.
this year. It has not been a
Well,
good year.
they can't cheat anymore.
They can't cheat anymore.
Yes,
Very
that's
good,
the
Romeo.
rules.
They can't cheat anymore, so they're doing
They got
terrible.
caught. They violated the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not get caught.
Thou shalt not
All right.
cheat, right?
We're going to take another break here on Coffee and if you want to give us a comment or a question, 766-1240 or email it in to coffee@onesocketradio.com. This segment of Coffee has been sponsored by the Call newspaper.
The Call is proud to announce a new and improved daily classified advertising program for our newspaper readers, subscribers, and advertisers. Blackstone Valley Values is a more affordable local buying and selling marketplace every day of the week. Lost and found, apartment rentals, items for sale, homes for sale or rent, and even job listings will now be even more within your reach. As always, if you have something you want to sell, call us today with your ad, and it'll appear in the next day's call. Be sure to contact us, though, before before the 3 p.m. deadline. Furthermore, if you're a subscriber to The Call, you'll benefit from value member discounts and possibly some free advertisements with this new program offer. The Call continues to be dedicated to you, as we have been for over 120 years. Call us today and learn more about our new classified program at 767-8503. To subscribe to The Call and become a valued member, call today, 767-8522.
Levante's Auto School is the area's award-winning school serving Rhode Island and Massachusetts since 1971. They provide flexible class schedules throughout the year, emphasizing all aspects of alert, defensive driving, and keeping up with all the latest technology. For more information, visit their website at levantesautoschool.com to learn more about their school and about the compliments from parents and students. When it's time, call Levante's Auto School at 1-877-DRIVE-ED. Levante's 1-877-DRIVE-ED.
And now, Levante's Auto School is certified by both Rhode Island and Massachusetts to teach the driver's training course over the Internet. No need to wait. Call now.
The Farmers Market is happening this and every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. until October 4th at Daniel's Farmstead in Blackstone. Quality produce, breads and pastries, fudge, natural meats, organic vegetables, and more will be available to you. Coming September 27th at Daniel's Farmstead is the Antique Tractor Truck and Classic Car Show. Kids love this. Guests need to remember COVID-19 guidelines and practice social distancing and wear a mask. We look forward to seeing you at Daniel's Farmstead, 286 Mendon Road, Blackstone. Be sure to follow Daniel's Farmstead Farmers Market on Facebook for the latest information or contact Gary Smith at 774-573-0418 with any questions.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, Coffee In on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us today. Joe Callahan here with Romeo Berthum and Charlie Baldelli. Imagine being this guy. This is out of Boston. You know how Stop and Shop has their Peapod delivery service?
Oh, yeah.
He's in Boston, driving along, stops, takes the groceries out, goes and delivers it, comes back, truck's gone. Someone stole the truck.
Oh, that's not funny, but it is.
It's funny, but it's not. And now he's like,
that means don't leave the keys in the truck.
Somebody was hungry.
See, well, that's it. I'm assuming he left the keys in the truck.
Did they get the guy?
Yes, they did.
That's easy to find. That's an easy.
Sure, I mean, it's a Peapod truck coming around there.
So
they call the police. He made a delivery on East Springfield Street in Boston. I'm not sure what that is. Came out. It was stolen. The truck was spotted minutes later by police, and the driver that stole the truck was arrested. It was parked on School Street. I don't know where these streets
Did they
are
ask
located.
him why he did it?
No.
And I bet you the driver's going to get fired.
I bet he is. For
He
leaving
left the keys. He probably left the keys in the truck.
Yeah,
you mark my word.
The
I leave
person.
my keys in the car.
Charlie.
The person was charged with larceny of a motor vehicle. So he wasn't charged with stealing the food. Maybe there was no food. Maybe it was his last delivery.
He probably thought there was food. Probably thought it was full of food. I'm going to bring this home, empty it out, and I'll bring the truck back.
I'll bring it back. If I do it fast enough, they'll never know it was gone. But that didn't quite work out. But you're right. I bet the Peapod delivery person no longer has a position.
If I was, his manager or his boss, I probably would at least suspend him for a while, if not fire him, because that's wrong. You don't leave the keys in the car.
Go visit Alex Cora for a while. We're suspending you.
It's not a bad place to hang out.
It's
Puerto
not a
Rico,
bad place.
Why not?
Especially at this,
nice.
I mean, we're assuming that the keys are in the truck. And maybe they tell them, "Hey, leave the keys in the truck."
Yeah,
I don't know why they would say that.
How would they steal it otherwise, and so fast? I mean, unless you cross,
you hot wire
the car. But can you do that with those trucks? Though I don't know.
You're asking me.
Well,
they make it look so easy in the movies.
Oh, in the movies, yeah. They just touch two wires.
That's it. The car starts, and then off they go.
I know. Did you notice? All kidding aside, that there aren't as many cars stolen now as there were before.
That's because no one's driving.
The new. I don't think so. I think
staying home.
The technology is better.
Yeah,
it's harder to steal a car now. I think. Agree. I had a couple of cars stolen in my past.
Unless you have the keys.
And it's really right. But I mean, I always worry because I've had a couple of cars stolen from one from the local hospital here when my wife was having a procedure. Come back, the car was gone. They found it wrecked in Providence. And another time, I'm trying to think. Anyway, I'm embarrassed to say this, but a student stole my car.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I hope you flunked him.
he grabbed my keys out of my desk during a fire drill.
Give him an F.
No, but it's a long story that I really can't say on the air, but I will tell you guys later. Anyway, they found the car, and he paid for some of the damage. There was some damage to it, but the point is, I'm so paranoid about that now that when I go to let's say a mall or anywhere, and I park my car and I'm going for 2 or 3 hours and I come back and the car, I look for the car. I have this terrible fear that it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
And it hasn't, thank God.
Yeah.
But I really think it's harder to steal a car now than it used to be because of the technology
Oh,
they have.
absolutely.
Of course, you can put all these things in them. Remember the car alarms? They're a joke now. You don't even hear them anymore.
yes.
In the old days, it was like, oh, my God.
Oh,
But
yes.
now you hear them, so somebody's car alarm went off.
That's right. You don't even
That
care
doesn't
about
work. I think it's the way they build the cars now.
But you hear it from even from Woonsocket police every now and then. All of a sudden there'll be like a rash of break-ins in a certain neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they come out and they say, lock your car.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't leave. And people do.
I lock it in my own driveway.
People leave cash, like on the console,
I know.
in between
Or
the
phones.
seats,
Or
their phones, or their tablets,
or their GPS,
or their
things,
GPS,
or whatever, yeah.
or a laptop.
Why
and
do
they have
they-
to come out? And some people,
Yeah.
when they tell the police, well, they ransacked my car, and I'm lucky they only took the money and they left the car because my keys were still in the car.
Oh, my.
So people still do that.
Well, what some thieves do is they go through neighborhoods late at night, between 2 and 4 in the morning or something, and they try the car. If the car's unlocked, they just go to another car. They go to another car until they find something. And some people are pretty. I don't want to use the word stupid because that's not very nice, but people are negligent in the fact that they don't lock their cars.
But
Lock your car.
I have parked at a convenience store next to a car with the windows down. $100 bills are on the passenger seat.
What?
Are you serious?
I'm like, what are you doing?
Whoa! It's almost
That's an
like
invitation.
it's almost like
It
steal
is.
me.
Yeah, come take me.
Yeah, come and get me.
But back to you. I'm paranoid. I go. Someone's watching the car.
Yeah.
So if I reach in and try to take this, I'm going to get caught. So you leave it.
Of course.
So, but I'm like,
with
so
security
what are you
being the
thinking?
way it is, not only for cars, for everything. You never know if the cameras are out there watching you, so you don't do anything wrong anymore. I mean,
Romeo, on a different question here,
Sure.
different topic. A team of Massachusetts firefighters is back home. They went out west. They were from Beverly, Mass, to be part of the urban search and rescue to help with the wildfires out there. Now, your son's a firefighter.
He's a firefighter in Boston. He's a captain.
Did the word go out to them to say, does anyone want to go out west and help?
I think in the past I've asked him that, and he says, yeah, there are some people who from his firehouse that volunteered. Not too many, but they do occasionally. As far as this last group of fires, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks about that, but we talk. But no, I don't know.
They're putting in long hours.
I admire those guys.
It's going to be 12-hour shifts.
That's a tough job in many ways, especially because of the fact that my son was telling me that firefighters have a much higher incidence of lung cancer, heart disease, prostate cancer, all sorts of things. That, and some of his colleagues, he'll sometimes say, hey, Dad, one of my friends died. He was only 46. What did he die? Heart attack. Just dropped dead. I said, oh, my God. That's scary. And I think it's job-related in many cases. A lot of people blame, they say, oh, firefighters, they have it made. They don't do it. That's not, no, God bless them. You know what else? Along the same lines, teachers. A newfound respect for teachers because of COVID-19, because parents are teaching their kids at home and they realize it's not an easy job. And until a lot of people say, oh, teachers, what a racket. You're off for the whole summer and you get 2 weeks off for Christmas. And well, they're changing their views.
Attitude.
Yeah, it's almost like 9/11. Remember when that happened?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, again, back to firefighters. They were now heroes. And they should be, as they should be. I mean, but anyway, that's my stance for today.
All right. Now, Romeo,
well taken.
Romeo, you've been up to Canada, right?
I have. I have relatives there. My father had a brother with 12 kids.
In Quebec?
First cousins, Quebec City.
Oh, perfect. This will be right up your alley.
Yeah.
Charlie, you've been to Quebec?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Charlie's been there. He speaks French.
My wife is French-Canadian.
Oh, well, there you go.
And you speak French.
This is funny.
You speak French.
Oh, Charles Bimbo Garçon, il va à messe.
With an
He
Italian
goes to
accent.
church. He's a good-looking guy. He goes to church.
All right. Was that good enough?
That's excellent. Keep going.
And that was right off the cuff, right?
No, off the cup, right there.
A Quebec, Canada town is looking to replace their name.
Oh, yeah?
The town of Asbestos.
Yes, I'm familiar with that place. Yes.
Is hoping to plan a vote soon on what the city should be called instead. They want to change their name from asbestos.
There's a place up there, it might be near asbestos. It's called Abitibi. That's the name of the city or the town, Abitibi. And their main industry is asbestos mining. So I'll bet you it's close to that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So nominees for a new name have come forward.
Yeah.
They're thinking of going with Phoenix, but without the O.
Okay.
Phenix.
I wonder why. Okay.
If I'm pronouncing it wrong, let me know.
Yeah, so far.
Apollone.
How do you spell that?
Apalone.
Apollone.
Okay,
Yeah.
Apollone. All right. Trolax.
That's 3, Trois.
Yes.
Did you
And
say
what's
X-Lax?
Lax?
Oh.
L-A-C hyphen.
L-A-C. Okay, that would be
S.
three lakes.
Okay.
Trois.
Gotcha.
Trois.
And Jeffrey.
Okay.
Jeffrey's another one.
I like Trois Lacs.
However, it was met with negative feedback from residents, so they don't like those names.
I think you're right, but it sounds more Canadian.
Ah oui, certainement.
Certainement.
Officials have been looking for a new name since November of last year, but the coronavirus pandemic has stalled the motion, so we're staying with asbestos for a little
I
while.
can see. Where are you from? Asbestos, Quebec.
Yeah,
Really?
Let's change that.
I understand.
Are you well insulated? Yes, I am.
I understand. Are you a carcinogen? No, absolutely not. Asbestos.
Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History says researchers have found the first Mayan slave ship ever discovered.
Really?
How about that?
Really?
The Mayans had slaves.
There is a slave ship.
Yep. The shipwreck was found in 2017. It took researchers all this time to identify the boat as La Union. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah.
In the mid-1800s, the boat would take up to 30 Mayans a month to forcibly work in Cuban sugarcane fields.
Really?
The boat was
Okay.
sunk on September 19th, 1861, years after Mexico abolished slavery in 1829. Researchers found it difficult to determine the exact number of people on board the boat when it sank because Mayans were listed as cargo and not people.
Yep.
All right.
Imagine
They
that.
are estimating about 40 crew and 60 passengers were killed while the ship sank off the Yucatan Peninsula.
Off the Yucatan. I was going to ask you where
pretty
this happened.
fascinating,
You know what I
huh?
found
Finding this?
fascinating in what you just read, though?
Yeah.
Mexico abolished slavery in 1829.
Yeah.
We abolished slavery in 1865.
Yeah.
I mean, we're supposed to be progressive compared to
Other countries.
England abolished slavery. The British Empire, they abolished slavery before we did too. What took us so long? I can almost understand how.
It's the money.
Yeah, not the money.
That's right. It's
My
not
brother,
the money.
Not,
It's the
not
money.
the money. It's the money.
It
Oh
is
yeah,
economics.
What did Cuba Gooding say? Show me the money.
Show me the
In the
money.
movie,
In
Show
the
me the
movie.
money.
That's right. Absolutely. It's all about money. The root of all evil.
Oh, can we quote you on that, Shakespeare?
Okay.
That's an original, isn't it?
Actually, the quote is not, money is it's the lack of money is the root of all evil.
Oh, is that the whole quote?
I think so.
that's
I
the whole
read somewhere. I
Oh, it's
could
been
be
shortened then.
wrong. yeah. I don't know, but you got to admit, money can be.
Makes the world go
That's
around.
why
doesn't it?
you're our historian.
Oh,
You are the
well,
guy with the facts, the knowledge.
Okay.
My
Well,
God.
thank you, Jolly.
So esteemed.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the day, for today's program, actually. So there is traffic. If you're listening on Monday morning, there's construction going on Park Ave.
We can hear
from
it.
from about Transit Street all the way up to Park Avenue. So all the way up Park Avenue to Park Square. So
And it's not only
just
there.
something to be
also
aware of.
146, some exits are closed.
Wood
It's,
Avenue?
Wood
Yeah,
Avenue,
some-
Woonsocket. I think.
So still road construction season, even though summer has come to an end.
Yeah, everybody complains about the construction, but you know what? Without that, I mean, you got to keep these things up. The infrastructure has to be maintained, and that's the way it is.
I'm going to quote Romeo on that too.
Yeah.
You should run for office.
Anything I'm running for is my life.
All right, Charlie Baldelli, thanks.